What is going on YouTube? My name is Lucas. Let's do another one. I'm going to try something a little different again today. Today I'm going to discuss a sector. And this sector has been absolutely obliterated by the coronavirus. And on top of that, it's been obliterated by the massive number of unemployment that has come out in the last several weeks. So if you want to know what this sector is, I suggest you stay tuned. Realistically, we could probably throw every sector into this department and just start up from the bottom at the worst and go to the top. Well, I mean, kind of that's what I did, and that's going to be leisure and hospitality. Well, there's a lot that falls under leisure and hospitality, and later on in this video, I'm going to go into some stocks that I feel are well-known stocks that are in this category and have been impacted. What's that? Yeah, leisure, hospitality. Oh, and you threw in restaurants? That's right, I did. So I actually threw in restaurants in this category because I feel that they also are somewhat applied to leisure and hospitality. I mean, we do go to eat at certain restaurants for the sole purpose of leisure and for our hospitality. So I threw it in here as well. Part of any video is giving you stats to back what I am saying. So I'm going to break it down and give you some statistics on unemployment and how this really impacted leisure, hospitality, and restaurants. And after I give you these stats, you're really going to understand why this sector was extremely impacted by the coronavirus. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, do I have a report for you, provided by the epic coronavirus pandemic. A record 20.5 million Americans lost their job in April. This is something we haven't seen since World War II. This caused the rate to rise 14.7%. This large number was in part due to the part-time layoffs, and people reporting temporary job loss was 18.1 million. People reporting permanent loss was 2 million. When it comes to a sector, the biggest hit was to leisure and hospitality, which lost 7.7 million workers. 5.5 million of those came from eating and drinking establishments. So let those stats settle in for a little bit and really think about what is going on in this sector. I would say that this sector is something you would have to enjoy, and that is a clear statement when we're talking about how this has been impacted by the coronavirus. This is something you can enjoy. We're all stuck at home. You know, most of us are working from home unless you're considered essential. And even then, most people are working from home. So you can enjoy the things that you would do for leisure, for basically getting out. So whether that's going on a vacation, whether it's a cruise, or getting out and utilizing a road trip and getting into a hotel, things like that, those are completely shut down right now. So obviously this sector is going to be impacted greatly. Positive note, we are starting to see states open up. And if you haven't checked out my video on states opening up, I suggest you watch this video right here. The link will be in the description. It talks about on how we should move forward with the approach of opening up and how we should be safe in everything about that. But I'll save some of that for that video. So take a look. Specifically with the states opening up, we're starting to see some capacity restrictions. Basically, they're only allowing a certain percentage into their business. Hey, if it's opening the business and we're starting to see the economy somewhat get some life into it, I'm okay with that. Especially if we're going to start taking the precaution measures that, you know, wearing masks, providing hand sanitizer stations, you know, constantly staying up on washing our hands, limiting the people that are in line, social distancing. If all that stuff is still in place, if we're getting life into the economy, I'm all for it. Obviously, this is one of the biggest sectors, especially with me adding the restaurant industry. Some people add it, some people don't. The thing is that I could give you an array of stocks and companies that fall in this, but I picked 3 specifically. And number 1 on that list is going to be Marriott International. This is the world's largest hotel chain, and they closed up 25% of their locations due to the coronavirus. That's so impactful. To be negative Nancy, but I have to provide the news, and that's going to be that the Marriott's revenue was down 23% per available room. That is expected to be even lower when Q2 revenue reports come out. But I like to talk big picture. You guys know that from my videos. And in the big picture of this, people have to have somewhere to stay. They're not going to not travel forever. And you know, we're not going to not go on vacation. People are going to start to do those things. And so when they go somewhere, they're going to have a place to stay. Now, is it specifically always going to be the Marriott? No, but we're talking the world's largest hotel chain. So there's a good chance that it could be the Marriott. I'm going to break this thing down for you guys from a chart perspective. So I'm going to be looking right over here to give you those exact numbers. So today it closed at $82.31. It didn't do anything after hours. And the thing is I want you to show you guys the 1 month chart and how big of an influx it had going from the 13th all the way to the 11th. I mean, at one point it peaked extremely high. So its 52-week high is $153.39, and its 52-week low is $46.56. So where we're currently sitting, I would almost say we're somewhat of the halfway point. If I'm an investor, I'm looking at this as an opportunity to get in. And the reason I say that is because we are halfway. We've proven that we've somewhat had a climb back, and we're not quite to its 52-week high yet. So, if you are interested in the Marriott, this might be a time to invest. Number 2 on my list is going to be Starbucks. And that is one of the largest coffee chains in the entire world. The biggest thing though is that we have to understand that the coronavirus started in Wuhan, China, and that is where Starbucks was heavily impacted. They have a lot of Starbucks in China, and obviously they have a lot in America as well. So, for quarterly revenue earnings, they were down 5%, and in-store sales, they were down 10% in the month of March. So obviously they were impacted pretty impactfully. This company is very similar to McDonald's in this aspect, that obviously Starbucks and McDonald's both have drive-thrus, and they were both able to operate to some degree. But the thing is that they do a lot of business in store, and that was impacted because a lot of them were closed, or only a certain amount of people were able to go in, and it just really limited their numbers. Obviously, that's why these companies are reporting down earnings. So I'm going to give you a little bit of positive when it comes to that. So once they start to open their stores again and they get their loyal following back, this company is going to start to come back. That's an obvious. With the chart again, right over here. So I'm going to give you those numbers. Starbucks closed today at $75.87. That was down 2.5%. After hours, didn't see anything. The key thing that I want you guys to pay attention to is this is once again a 1 month chart. And we can see the influx from the 13th to the 11th. Just the up, down, up, down, up, down. Obviously there's so much news that was going on during that time is what caused all that going on. So today it opened at $76.62, and like I stated, it closed at $75.87. So we had a little bit of a down day. The biggest thing is that the 52-week high is $99.72, and its 52-week low is $50.02. So once again, we're relatively in the middle, maybe a little bit higher than the middle. But once again, this is a stock that could be considered a buy now opportunity. It's on the way down. You know, they had negative reports for quarterly earnings. This could be a stock that you wanted to get into. You know, I had Starbucks at one point. I didn't like how it was going. I never really saw great money back, so I sold it. But this might be the one for you. 3 on that list, and probably going to be the most expensive stock I talk about in a while. That's going to be Chipotle. Holy smokes, were they impacted by the coronavirus? We must understand that majority of their sales is in store, but that's going to play a factor into how they capitalize and were able to generate revenue during this time. Chipotle reported its quarterly earnings, in which it rose 5.7%. Its stock that day closed roughly at $864. The thing is they reported a revenue increase of $1.4 billion. So this company was able to really capitalize during the coronavirus. And the way they were able to do that is they really used their online market. They really got into the online market and really adopted that entire concept. They were able to make online purchases, and people were able to really put in their order, and then they were able to get distributed out that way that they could, still stay in business. This is what helped this stock reach almost $940. That's right, $940. Is this thing Tesla or what? Like I said in my last video, and I could say it again now, I could have made the world's longest YouTube video and just went over every single leisure and hospitality stock that ever existed, plus restaurants. But I'm going to save you guys the heartache, and I'm only going to provide you those three. Hopefully you learned something from those three, and hopefully you learned something from this video. If you liked the video, smash that like button. It helps out tremendously. And if you enjoy the content, because I'm going to keep the content flowing, subscribe to the channel. And as always, have a good day.